Hey everybody! Happy Friday and welcome to our conversation class here at Approach. So, today is our advanced conversation class from 10 to 11 a.m. with me, Ellen. And today I'm going to talk about graduation. This is the time in spring where graduation is happening, especially in the United States, and I want to talk about that with everybody here today. Now, I love to have you here on YouTube, and I'd also love to have you here on Zoom. You guys, I have the QR code here. Scan this QR code. Join our Zoom. We have people in the waiting room that are going to join us, and we are so excited to talk about graduation today. So, in just a moment, I'm going to allow everybody in from Zoom, and you have the opportunity to scan this QR code. All right, let's let our friends in. Okay, let's see who we have here today. Hello, hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, how are we today?
Fine, how are you, ma'am?
Good, good. Hello, hey Luan, hey Yogesh. Hello, hello. Hi, Huraya. How are you today?
I'm very good, and you?
Good, good, good. I'm happy to be back, you guys. We had the holiday last Friday, so we didn't have class, and I was very sad. So I'm happy to be back with you guys here today. Amazing, amazing. Let's see. Hi, Ftita. How are you? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Hello, hello. So my friends, how is the weather where you are today? Here in Boston, it's warm, but it's raining. How is the weather where you are today or tonight?
In Boston is warm,
Yeah?
but cloudy.
Yeah, same here in Marlborough. And for those of you in the world, how is the weather? Is it spring warm? Is it raining? Is it sunny?
Cloudy and rainy.
Cloudy and rainy. It's a pretty big sign of
sunny.
spring. Amina, you said it's sunny?
Yes.
Amazing.
Spring.
Oh.
But sunny.
It's spring here in New England, in the United States, and it's been raining a lot. But we're finally getting some warmer weather in Boston, thank God. So, even though it's raining, it's going to be warm today, and I'm happy about that. So, my friends, the topic I wanted to talk about today, actually, it's related to spring in a different way. I actually want to talk today about graduation. This is a time in the United States right now, April and May and June, where graduations from high school, from university, are happening all the time, every week, a different school. And I wanted to talk about graduation. So, I actually, on my other screen, I have some questions for us to start with. So let's go over here. So, first of all, I have here class of 2025. This year, those who are graduating are part of the class of 2025. So, have you guys ever been to a graduation ceremony before? Tell me. Who would like to share? Have you been to a graduation ceremony before?
In my case, I never watched a graduation ceremony in the United States, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the movies with
Mm-hmm.
tortas, with BBS, with a dance,
Yeah.
with an essay. I think that in Bolivia is different.
Yeah. We can definitely talk. I would love to talk today about the differences in graduation ceremonies and traditions around the world. 100%. We can talk about that. Anybody else? Have you ever been to a graduation ceremony in your home country, in another country, in the United States? Tell me, have you been before?
Yeah, I have been one time with my cousin.
Yeah. Amazing. Was it high school or university?
University.
Nice. Amazing. Anybody else? Have you been to a graduation ceremony before?
Yes, I did.
Amazing. And do you have any plans for graduation ceremonies this spring? Is there anybody you know graduating this year? I know at least one person graduating this year, graduating high school. Very exciting. So, then we can talk about this. How is graduation celebrated in your country or in your culture? Let's talk about it. So I'll come back to our other screen here with everybody and let's talk about it. How is graduation celebrated in your country or your culture?
In Bolivia, we don't use togas and berets. We use suits.
Mm-hmm.
That the men use pants.
Mm-hmm.
The women use skirts. It's very normally what parties after the graduation. And the parties normally is in a bar or a
Mm-hmm.
salon, depending the student.
Yeah.
And always in all the graduations, the parents have flowers or a present like
Mm-hmm.
a doll or a books or money. It's very common with money.
Yes, here too in the United States. Thank you for sharing one. So in Bolivia, they wear different clothes than we do in the United States, for example. Very interesting. Very interesting. Who else would like to share? How is graduation celebrated in your country?
I'd like to share about graduation in Indonesia.
Yes, please.
It's interesting because we do it every level of education, since kindergarten, elementary
So
school,
every year.
high school.
Wow.
Yeah. In level kindergarten and primary school, we did it in schools, in school building. But junior high school, and university, we always what's that? Rent a hotel convention. So wow, it's very big, and even my university perform a singer from the capital.
Wow. Amazing.
Lighting is amazing.
That is so cool. That is so cool. So in Indonesia, you had a singer, like a well-known singer. That's so cool. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to share? I would love to hear how graduation is celebrated in your country. Who would like to share? I see Rastine, you can share. Hello, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me right now?
Now I can hear you, yes.
Okay, guys. So in Iran, we celebrate graduating by burning a span. A span is sort of a I don't know what is it, but we say that a spank it throws removes jealousy from a person, and
Mm.
it's a good thing in our culture. But we give out food to our people,
Mhm.
random people in the street, by giving shulazat, which we call giving out food nazari, which we give it
Yeah.
shulazat, and shulazat is a sort of saffron rice pudding, and
Mm.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that. And we give out sweets again to the random people in the street. Uh, um, yeah, that's it.
That's so nice. So from Iran, that's amazing. We have a teacher at Approach from Iran, so I need to ask her too. That's so cool.
And we also do global things like
Yes.
throwing our hats, and yeah,
Nice. Amazing. Thank you.
sure.
Horaya, you can share.
Yeah, graduation in Pakistan, the students wear caps, gowns, and the event usually includes speeches by the university officials,
Mhm.
awarding of degrees, and group photos, fun events, and dinners too.
Very nice. It sounds very similar to the United States, what we do here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Thank you, Horaya. Martina.
Uh, Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Good evening from all the world.
Yeah.
In my country, we celebrating graduation in different levels. It depends on the different of graduates
Mhm.
and capacity of the parents or the graduates themselves.
Okay.
But normally we prepare different food and drinks, and some they just take the graduates to national park to celebrate there, and some just prepare a heavy ceremony, I can say, even to prepare a part, yes, for the graduation. So it can be conducted like a wedding part, yeah. So it depends on the capacity of the graduates and
Mhm.
the level of the graduates, yeah.
Mhm. Very interesting, Martina. And where are you from, Martina? That's
I'm
okay.
from Tanzania, East Africa.
Oh, very amazing, Tanzania. Very cool. Very cool. Amazing. Thank you so much, Martina. Amina, you can share.
Yes, in my country, in Algeria,
Mhm.
the celebrate of graduation is invite friends and family and prepare some sweet,
Mhm.
and we celebrate with the teacher
Mhm.
of of and you tell your project of final study in the same time.
Amazing. That's so cool. I love that. In Algeria, very interesting. Thank you,
Yes.
Amina. Is there anyone else that would like to share? How is graduation celebrated in your country? Let's see. There's a few people here that haven't shared that I would love to hear from. Abibo, you can share.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I need to share a little bit. I'm from Mozambique.
Cool.
So here in my country, we don't celebrate a graduation at high school.
Mhm.
Just just university and
Mhm.
also the technique levels.
Very interesting.
So the celebration, it's I think that it's an amazing ceremony.
Yeah.
So there is many sections of the celebration, so you can see, for example, music, some, it's how can I say it, speeches, and
Speech.
it's
Yeah.
an amazing, it's an amazing ceremony.
That's amazing.
So that's it.
So
One
cool.
of the difference between my country and the other country that I had here of celebration, it's in our country we don't have high school graduation,
Yes, that is
but
different, definitely.
yeah, there is some ceremony where high school students used to do. It's like, I don't know exactly in English how can you say it, but it's a vibe, like a party of high school students where they contribute and they do a party to celebrate the high school level. This is one of the practice of high school student here.
Very
Thank you.
interesting. That's so cool. I did not know anything about the graduation in Mozambique, so I learned a lot today. Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there anyone else that would like to share? Tell me about graduation in your country. Let's see.
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Cassius here. Um, my graduation is chemistry.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
And how do you
But,
celebrate graduation in Brazil?
sorry.
How do you celebrate graduation in Brazil?
With party,
Mhm.
big party.
Yeah.
um, mm, 2 months after finish.
Mhm.
Party have 2 days. One day is more formal, and second day is party.
Nice. Amazing.
It's a big celebration in
Nice.
Brazil.
I believe it. I believe it. Brazil knows how to throw a celebration. Definitely. Amazing. Thank you, Cassia. Is there anyone else that would like to share? We have lots of people. Farida, you can share.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm from Uzbekistan. It's located in Central Asia, and most of students after graduating, and they can have a party, and they can also invite their parents to the party. That's all. Only party.
That's so nice, though. It's amazing to have even a small celebration with your family and just recognize your accomplishment. I think it's so nice. Amazing. Uzbekistan, Algeria, Mozambique, Pakistan, Iran, Indonesia, Bolivia. We have India here. Who am I missing? Wow.
Can I question?
Yes.
I read that in outside Indonesia, another country, there is a graduation party. Can you tell me what the food in the party is special? Like in birthday, there's always birthday cake.
Yes.
But we don't have like that in Indonesia.
Really?
There's no party in Indonesia.
Very
Common in the
interesting.
country.
Yeah. So interesting how different countries handle celebrations. It's very interesting to learn about. That's what I love about these classes, is we can learn so much about the world. So cool. Here in the United States, we have typically the graduation ceremony, and we're going to review a lot of vocabulary soon, so don't worry. We have the graduation ceremony, And it usually lasts anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, depending on the amount of people graduating as well. My high school graduation, for example, was very small. My college graduation, my university, was a little bigger. But almost all graduation ceremonies have a speaker and some student speakers, some professors, or some well-known person in the community as well. And then after graduation is done and we have the ceremony completed, then we can celebrate. So typically, we always hold a graduation party as well. And this can be a small party, this could be a bigger party, it depends on what you want. And we do have food and gifts and celebration, similar to a birthday party in that sense. And it's a really fun time. I love graduations and graduation parties. Definitely. Is there anyone else that would like to share? Rustine, go ahead.
So I would like to add something to my sentences.
Yeah?
So spand to my research is actually a seed that we burn, and when it burned, it gives a terrible, very terrible smell.
Oh.
Some people like it though, but I don't like it, and it gives me a headache immediately.
Oh no.
In our country, our people are split in two societies: the traditional ones and the people who are very modern, and the modern ones are actually like the European, American people, and they celebrate graduations parties like US and almost every country in the world. But the traditional people celebrate graduations parties with traditional values that
Wow.
we had 200 years ago, 50 years ago. Yeah.
There's a lot of history in Iran in general about the traditionalists versus the modernists. Very interesting, Rustin. Thank you for sharing. The seed that's burned with the bad smell. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, Rosa, you can share.
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good, baby teacher.
Good.
Okay. I'm from Mozambique, some people. So I would like to add this only what Abibo said.
Yes.
Yes, here in Mozambique, we have kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, technical school, and university. So, at the university, we do the same as US class, as US school. And the kindergarten, we here in Mozambique, the kids have graduated. They graduate.
So interesting.
And the secondary school, yes. Primary school and secondary school and technical school. Wow. Technical school is what Abibos already said.
Yeah. Wow, Mozambique. I need to learn more about the Mozambique education system. That's so cool, you guys. Thank you for sharing. That's so interesting. So interesting. Amazing.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to share? We have a lot of people here today. I love to see it. How is graduation in your culture or in your country? Let's see. Anyone else that would like to share? We can move on to my next question. No worries. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In Peru, the university graduation celebration is more exciting than the high school graduation.
Yes.
The university, the graduation party is held family celebration party in family.
Amazing. Amazing. In Peru, that's so interesting. We also have a teacher at Approach from Peru. I need to ask her about her graduation. Oh, that's so cool, you guys. I love it. Okay, so my friends, my vocabulary. I have split into 2 slides and 4 categories because there is so much vocabulary to talk about. So my first category is people and roles in a graduation. So, and a pronunciation that we can practice today is graduate as a verb and graduate as a noun. That is something that you definitely want to practice, is when we have in English a noun and a verb. Usually it's pronounced a little different if it's the same spelling. So here the person graduating is called a graduate, and we really soften that sound. We don't say graduate just for the verb. So the person is a graduate. I have my next word here, valedictorian. This is a Latin word. What is valedictorian? Does anybody know? I wanted to see if anybody would know this word today. Valedictorian.
I'm not sure, but I think it's the student or person have a essay for all the school. I'm not sure. I think it's like the early
I guess a student who got high achievements.
Exactly. This is a student that has the highest achievement in the whole graduating class. So this student had, for example, the highest GPA or the highest grades in their class. So, for example, in my class of graduating, we had 100 people, and one person is the valedictorian, and they're the number 1. There is also a second person. I didn't put that here. It's called salutatorian. But valedictorian, in the United States, this is an important role. And if you are the valedictorian, then you can get into a very good university with scholarships. Okay, the next person, a role at a ceremony for graduation is commencement speaker. So another word for graduation, which I'll talk about, is commencement. And the commencement speaker is the person who gives the speech at the graduation. And so again, this can be somebody from the school, the university, a principal, a professor. This can also be somebody from the community. For example, in my graduation, it was a woman that was on a board in the town that helped the town with many things. And they discuss the values of graduation and give a nice story usually. We've also seen maybe on YouTube celebrities, at least in the United States, or even presidents like Barack Obama, etc., Will Ferrell, the comedian, giving speeches, graduation commencement speeches. And so search on YouTube, amazing commencement speech, and you'll see a great example. And of course, the people who are there. The graduate is also the student or other students, the teacher or professor. In the United States, professor is saved for college and university. We usually, in high school, it's just our teachers, but in university, it's our professor. And then the family and the guests. In the United States as well, we have specific limits, usually, about how many people can attend. Do you guys have certain amounts like that where you can have, for example, 4 graduation tickets? Your mom, your dad, your brother, sister. How does it work for that system in your country? Is there a limit?
They provide a form to fill that how many persons are gonna attend graduation, and we have to fill the form and then we get ticket.
Okay, interesting. So you fill out a form in Pakistan. Okay, anybody else? Do you have to?
Can I share about?
Yes.
In Indonesia, since we have to rent a hotel, so there's some strict about this. So I only one person. It's my niece then, because we to think about the food,
Yes.
the seat, and all the hours. It was very long. Start from 7 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Wow, that's a long day, a long morning.
The female, I noticed that they go to the beauticians at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
They get dressed before they put on the black coat. They go to the beautician, they rent the costume, traditional costume. But my classmates only just wear suit, that's all. The female friends, they get to get ready to the salon.
Wow. I would say something similar happens in the United States where especially the young girls are getting ready early to do their hair and their makeup. I get it. I did the same thing. Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So yes, some places have specific limits. If the graduation is outside or inside, if it's inside, there's typically limits of people based on safety and fire procedures. Outside, there's usually more availability for tickets and seating. But a lot of times in the United States, we hold the graduation inside because it might rain. So that's the tough part. Some graduations are so large that they're held in a stadium, like a sports stadium, because it's so many people. But mine was very small. We didn't have that. Mine was at my high school or at my university. Okay, so now I have also vocabulary, my friends, for the ceremony itself. So we have graduation ceremony, and a ceremony can also be in a wedding, for example. It's a procedure where something official is happening. I mentioned earlier commencement. We use this more in a university than a high school, but we still can use it in a high school as well. Diploma or degree, it depends on which you're graduating with. The diploma really is the paper itself, and the degree is the field of study. And a degree is more common in a university. At a high school in the United States, you graduate and you receive a diploma. But in university, you receive a diploma, but also your degree. So for example, my degree was a bachelor's degree in English. Cap and gown, we talked about this already a little bit, and tassel, they go together. So the cap is the hat we see here. This is a cap, this is a tassel, the little piece here. So the cap, in the United States, people like to decorate. I wanted to ask you guys about that. Do people decorate their cap in your culture? Here we do. No? Not in Brazil? No, exactly. If you don't use the cap, then you don't even decorate it, of course.
No.
Very interesting. Maybe because we're a little crazy sometimes in the United States, but we love to decorate things. And so when I graduated high school, mine was kind of spray painted. In university, I didn't, but I did in high school. And it had my name and the year, just something personal. Very interesting. And the gown. The gown is kind of the robe that you wear. And so I have, for example, I have my bachelor's degree and I have my master's degree. In my bachelor's degree, I just had a robe and the cap and gown, the gown. But in my master's degree, I had to wear a special sash to show that it was a higher level. And people who receive their PhD have very large robes and big hats. It's very almost heavy for them, and usually a lot of different colors depending on where they are graduating from or what field they're in. And so the reason I talk about tassel is maybe you see this in the movies too, where they move the string to the other side before they throw their cap. That is a signal that we use to show graduation. So they will say, the official speaker will say, okay, graduates, you can move your tassel from right to left, I believe. It could be left to right, I don't remember. And then it's official that you've graduated, and that's when they cheer and they throw their caps like you see in the movies a lot. That still happens. That's pretty accurate, actually. So, cap and gown and tassel is typically what we wear. I have also here podium. Can anybody tell me what is a podium? Do you know? What is a podium? Have you heard this word before?
Podium is a place where ceremony is being held. It's 1, 2, 3.
So, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, for example, in the Olympics, there's a podium for first place, for second place, for third place. It's kind of a tall, usually like stand, box, desk. It's a podium. It's difficult to describe, actually. And it's where the speaker stands kind of in the center to see everybody. So if they say, come up to the podium, they want you to come up to that box where they speak. And speech. We know speech. To give a speech, to listen to a long speech. Sometimes it can be a little boring. Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes people cry. It depends on the speaker, definitely. And I have one more slide for us. Feelings and emotions. You guys, graduation is full of feelings, emotions, excitement. Tell me, what are some emotions that you feel during graduation, before, after?
Excited.
Yeah.
In my case, excited and nervous because after this high school, I need to look in a university.
Yeah.
How to prepare for my future.
Exactly. That's something I want to talk about today too, is planning for the future after graduation.
Pride.
Exactly. Anybody else? What emotions or feelings did you have?
Anxiety.
Anxiety, definitely.
Pride, joy.
Yes.
Sometimes relief.
Exciting también, satisfaction.
Yes, relief, satisfaction. Yeah, exactly. After many years, you did it. Exactly. Cool.
Teacher, I'd like to talk because
Yes.
in Brazil, all materials such as the cap and gown are rented. And we stay with these materials.
I understand. Here, so rented. In my university, for my master's degree, I needed to rent. But in my high school and my bachelor's degree, I did not need to. I could keep. So it also depends on the school and their policies.
Right.
Definitely, definitely. So if you can't keep it, then you can't decorate it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, what other feelings? So we had a lot. We had joy, pride, relief, anxiety, satisfaction. I have here just a few. And I have relief on there. So we have so many emotions that we feel. We are excited, we're nervous, we're anxious because maybe we don't want to walk on a big stage, our name. What if people are nervous also about their name being pronounced incorrectly? That can happen sometimes. And so much excitement and relief because all of your hard work is being recognized and it's finally coming to fruition, we can say. So I have proud, excited, nervous, emotional, grateful, relieved, lots. You guys gave great examples. And the verbs and actions related to graduation. I have now, we can do our pronunciation again, graduate. The verb, I graduated, graduate. The student, graduate. The verb, graduate. Attend a ceremony, receive a diploma, give or make a speech, to throw your cap, to turn your tassel, to walk across the stage, And to congratulate or celebrate, those are just some common verbs with graduation. Now, my friends, do you have any questions about any of this vocabulary that we did here? Any questions at all for me? Okay.
No.
So, my question for you, we talked about this a little bit already, but have you graduated before? Have you graduated? We have kindergarten graduation. It doesn't have to be university graduation. And it's okay if you haven't met that goal yet. It's not a race at all. So, have you ever graduated before? How did you feel? Let's talk about it. We can actually come to the other side here. Tell me, have you graduated from junior high school, from university, from kindergarten? Have you graduated before?
Well, in my case, I graduated from the high school,
Amazing.
but my graduation was virtual because it was the COVID-19
Oh, that's a great thing to talk about.
quarantine.
Yes. Graduations during the pandemic were very different, and difficult. I understand.
And I only received my diploma virtual, and
Yeah.
after I received my diploma personal in the
Mhm.
training thing. But I
Wow.
feel excited, I feel nervous,
Yeah.
and I feel happy because I finished the high school.
Yeah. High school is a huge achievement, and anybody should feel so proud about graduating. It's amazing. Anyone else? Have you graduated from high school, from university? How did you feel in your graduation?
Can I share?
Yes, you may.
I graduated high school and college. Firstly, I was so nervous because I didn't see my friends and my teachers anymore, and uh, and I also was excited because my next step uh, it was new friends, new environment, and also I also proud myself because I
Yes.
graduated school and
Yes.
after school I graduated college.
That is a huge achievement. That's amazing. I think it is so hard because our friends are leaving and we're going in different directions, different paths after graduation. Maybe we won't see our professors. And that can be a bittersweet time, we could say. We're excited for our future and sad to leave some others. I understand. Abibo, you can go ahead.
Yes, teacher. So I've graduated for university, and so I want to share some notes exactly
Yes.
what was my feeling that day, but some comment about the graduation. On my opinion, I think that graduations, it's the powerful meanings of graduations is to show those who who empowered us to study.
Yes.
Or, you know,
To give
so
thanks and be
the moment,
grateful. I agree.
yes, these moments, it it has the meaning for us, but the the more powerful meanings is for our family, for example.
Yes, yes.
You know, so in this context, for example, I myself uh, on my graduation, I feel uh, relaxed. Can I say that?
Yes, you
I feel
can.
relaxed,
Yeah.
but also a little
Calm,
bit sad.
relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, but also a little bit sad because of some half seconds. I can say tragedy happen, the people or the person who has to give me more power to
Yeah.
continue to start,
Yeah.
to go forward. So unfortunately, he passed away
That's so
uh,
hard.
8 months before
Yeah.
my graduation.
That's so
So that
hard.
moment, yeah, that moment, my feeling
I can.
was, I had a mixed feeling.
Yes.
One was that I do it or I did it, and other was the feeling that I'm sad. So the person who give me more power to this
Yes.
moment
Yes.
is not here to see what I achieve. You know, but
I understand.
at
It's so
every case,
difficult.
yeah, yeah, at every case, but it was amazing moment,
Yes.
unique moment. You know,
And you
that
can
was
think of that person being so proud of you.
yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
That was my graduation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Abibo. I know thank you for sharing that. I we have sometimes very big moments in our lives, a graduation, a wedding, a birth. And unfortunately, life is still happening and maybe somebody passes away or some other horrible thing happening. And it's difficult in those moments to not have that person, especially if that person was your inspiration for that. And it is just about remembering that they're still proud of you, they're still looking at you, and that they would want you to keep moving forward. So thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. Horaya, you would like to share?
Yeah, I would like to tell that I have graduated from kindergarten. It's
Amazing.
such a special feeling to reach
Yeah.
this milestone after the fun learning and the growth. From the first day of the school to the last,
Yeah.
I made so many memories and learned new things.
Yeah.
And I feel very much happy that day and a little bit nervous too about moving on. But I was
Yeah.
also really excited to the adventures ahead.
Yeah.
And I was really thankful to all my friends, teachers, and the experiences that made my kindergarten years so unforgettable.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's the thing. Our friends who are young, I'm so happy you're here, and your graduation, your future graduations will come too. So don't feel bad. Kindergarten graduation or elementary school graduation is still extremely important and relevant, and it's amazing. And the memories that you make, you're so right. That's what makes a difference. I love it. Rastine, would you like to share?
Yes, I would love to. I have been into two graduations throughout my life. My kindergarten graduation and my elementary school graduation.
Yeah.
And now I want to explain my elementary school graduation.
Sure.
So, I'm now in seventh grade, and I cried and I was depressed in sixth grade, knowing that I was gonna
Yeah.
have angry Iranian male teacher in seventh grade, and who's under economical pressure.
Wow.
And now that I'm in seventh grade, I most of my teachers who are male are chill, but some of them are straight up mad.
I know. It can be difficult when you have when you love your teachers and then you finish your school year and you start a new school year and there's some good teachers and there's some not so good teachers. I know it can be stressful. I hear you.
And so back in sixth grade, sixth grade, we our educational system were pretty much chill, and it was easy
Nice.
to get an A plus on
Yeah.
every exam. But now,
Now it's a little harder.
in middle school and high school,
Yeah.
our educational system is like France. If you're from France and know how its educational system is,
Really?
it's from 1 to 20, and it's very not that hard, but still harder.
It's more
And
challenging.
more challenging, right? It's based on how, so every question has its own value, and yeah. Back in elementary school, we had like every question was had the same value, and that was the pass, obviously.
I
And now,
understand.
except English as our language classes,
Yeah.
we have Arabic, and
Okay.
Arabic is hard.
Yes, because you speak Farsi, correct? Yes. Arabic and Farsi are not the same, that's for sure. There are
That's the thing.
some things that can be similar.
We share some words in
Yes,
Arabic,
but not everything, definitely.
for street talking, and the whole grammar of Arabic is completely
Different?
a different thing.
Interesting, very interesting. Well, it sounds like you have a little bit more of a challenging time now in the 7th grade and going into 8th grade soon, I bet. Wow. But you're doing great. That's amazing. Habiba.
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. My graduation day when I passed my graduation high school. It was very a memorable day for me. I can't explain because it was very hard day for me.
Yeah.
From separated from friends and teachers, and we cry a lot.
I understand.
It is the emotional day.
Yes.
And yeah, and I have a goal that I have to do my high school. So thanks to Allah, He fulfilled my goal.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful day and emotional day.
Amazing.
So, that was my graduation. Now I'm in English. So I think second semester.
Amazing. Then you'll have another graduation.
Yeah.
Great. That's so awesome. Well, thank you, Habiba. Ubaid?
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Yeah, I felt very happy on my graduation day.
Yes.
Wearing the cap and gown made me feel proud. Finishing my bachelor degrees was a big moment for me.
Yes.
And the hard work and late nights were worth it. I was excited for my future and thankful for everything.
That's amazing. That's a big feeling that we have is gratefulness, to be grateful and so just happy and feeling good about our lives, our accomplishments, our family. I agree. Thank you so much. So, Rosa, you can go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
I would like to share.
Yes.
I have one graduation. Here in Mozambique at the university, we have bachelor. I did this degree, but I didn't graduate. We have licenciatura. I don't know how much in English.
Like a licensure?
Yes. And we have master degree, doctorate, and the PhD, and the yes. So
Very cool.
I did until the master degree. So it wasn't possible for me to get a graduation to master degree because it was too expensive to pay.
It can be. That's the thing. University can be expensive, definitely.
Yes, so I had my diploma, but I didn't make to pay all the costs.
Yeah.
To getting the ceremony of graduation of master degree. Thank you.
Thank you. Very interesting. That is something that I also want to mention about here in the United States. is that if we decide that we don't want to attend the ceremony but still graduate, we just say, like, basically the phrase we use in English is to walk at graduation. So we say, I'm not walking at graduation. That is something, it's not so common here, but it does happen sometimes where somebody really doesn't want to have a big ceremony or celebration, or they can't attend for some reason, or also it depends on what, like for example, say that they finish their classes early in December, but they don't graduate till May. Maybe they don't want to wait till May to walk. So if you still graduate but you don't attend the ceremony, we just say, I didn't walk at my graduation. So that's a phrase you can use. Very interesting. Habiba, go ahead.
I would like to share that on our graduation days, we write photographs in their clothes, different clothes and handprint with paint, and also we have a diary, like a diary, and we take autograph from our teachers, and we take pictures, memorable days, and celebrate. That was very
so nice. Yeah, we definitely take a lot of pictures. We take so many pictures. Oh my goodness.
And I think I love that. How was a great day that.
Yeah.
As the time passed, we think about teachers.
That's amazing. Definitely. Keep your pictures from graduation. Take pictures at your graduation. I have a picture of me from my 8th grade graduation, so my middle school graduation before high school. And I'm crying so much because my friends are going to a different high school.
Yeah.
And this picture, every time I see it, I laugh almost because I'm like, I look so sad. And I was 13. Yeah. And then I have pictures from my high school graduation. And that's really important. For example, I have pictures of my grandparents that have passed away. And I have pictures from my university graduation, and so for my bachelor's, and my graduate school, my master's degree. So I have so many pictures, too many pictures.
Yeah, because the pictures are the memory we passed from other generation. We tell that I graduated with the help of pictures.
Yes.
And
amazing. Thank you, Habiba. Horaya.
Yeah, I remember that on my graduation we made hand sculptures like this.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
with our friends.
Yeah.
And like with cement and other things.
That's so cool. I love that. That is a nice physical memory that you can keep, too. That's so amazing. Oh, my friends, graduation season is almost here, and it's time. In the United States, a lot of our graduations happen in May or in June, but there are some that start in April if it's a hotter state, like Arizona is a state that's very hot, and so they end up graduating a little earlier. But now is the time when people are preparing, planning their parties, and also organizing everything. If they're going to, for example, if they're graduating high school, to go to university in the fall, if they're graduating university to have a job, or maybe go to more school, depends. But it's a big time in the education world right now for graduation, at least in the United States. What, do you guys graduate in April, May, or June, or another month?
I think I graduated in April.
April, nice.
We have exams in March, and we graduated in April.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I graduated in June for high school and in May for my university, both universities. Amazing. Okay, my friends. Well, we're almost out of time for today. I'm so sad. But this was an amazing conversation. I learned so much. Yeah. And we have so many countries here. It's amazing to learn about the different traditions around the world. I love it. Thank you guys so much for sharing.
Thank you, teacher.
So, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. And on Monday, we'll return. Week 4 already. Crazy. And it's almost midterms here already in approach. So if you guys are happy to join, I still have my QR code here on the slides. But thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys next week.
Thank you,
All right,
Sister.
thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.